So hopefully you've used your pattern and cut out matching doubles of these such that you have 4. We're gonna make this out of these 2 single pieces. Step 1 is sewing a seam along this outside on each individual piece. You can iron them, or if you want to be a little bit quicker, you can just fold it and use the foot of your sewing machine to accomplish the same thing. Now you have both of your starting pieces with their nice new outer edges. Match the correct sides together. That'd be the side that doesn't have this guy on it. Easier to tell in this floral one. So the right sides together. So it looks like this, and we're gonna sew it. You can pin this if you're uncomfortable just going for it. I like to just eyeball them pretty close to the edge and go for it. Now you need to cut little notches out of this edge so that it'll fold flat. We're gonna top stitch on this side. Two pieces that look like this. We want to put our right sides together so that the seam sides are facing out. Again, you can pin it or you can just go for it. I am stitching about 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the fabric. Same thing that you just did along this top. We're going to repeat on the bottom. Pin it if you want, sew it if you don't. Just pull me. We now have 2 pieces fully attached along the top and bottom seam, with both sides intentionally left open. So now reverse this. You can kind of stretch a little along the top and bottom seam before you sandwich your pieces back. Whichever side is softest, I would suggest making the side facing a face. If you have an iron, you can press this first. Otherwise, just use the foot of your sewing machine. Maybe loosen your tension a little bit because you have more material. And you're gonna do a top and bottom stitch. Actually, I'm gonna do it on the outside for both. Going about 1/8 inch away from the edge of the fabric again for this top stitch. Already starting to sit flatter, yay. Repeat on the bottom. Okay, now we're on to our final phase, adding straps. Because our edges are open, you can do this at this stage. Yay. I have a pre-cut 12-inch piece of elastic that I'm going to use for my top band. I'm going to do something like 2 shoelaces or 2 strips of binding bias or 2 strips of slightly stretchy material, like from an old t-shirt or something, for the bottom so that it can be tied on. Start with the top. Just sandwich your elastic in between your 2 pieces of fabric and put it in enough that you can get a bit of grip. Switch to a zigzag stitch. Loosen up your tension a little bit. Drop it and go. I'm going like down, back, down halfway, lifting my foot while my needle is down and twisting it, and then doing back and forth once the other way. So like that. And then either repeat with another elastic strap that's slightly shorter on the bottom or some kind of ties or something. This is like some old t-shirt and it's kind of stretchy. And I'm gonna just cut and make some straps out of it. I'm just gonna cut this in half again and make that 2 different straps. Ideally, you probably just have some bias tape you can use for this. I don't. So I'm gonna be resourceful and use this old t-shirt. Something with slight stretch but structure. Okay. Now my 2 straps. I'm gonna do the same thing and put them right in here. The initial mask is done. If you want to add a wire, keep watching. I just have some steel wire here, measuring about 8 inches. Now, any kind of needle nose tweezer, plier things will help. Not tweezers, pliers. We're just making like this, so that the edges are not going to protrude through because they're so pokey. Give it a little bit of shape, kind of carrot shapey. That's our mask here. Okay, and we're going to slide it in the middle. And then we left this open. Got one end. 2 ends, they're hanging a little low. You really want to shape it kind of up with the mask so that it's out of the way for when you do the next step. All right, there we go, mine's up at the top. Switch back to your single stitch, straight, that is, stitch. If it's helpful, you can put this back on and find out the end of your wire. Mine's right here. Make sure that you get out of your own way and maybe like a 1/2 inch from the edge. You're going to start sewing. The reason I'm leaving about a 1/2 inch is so that it's actually big enough to get the wire back out if you want to get it out and wash, or if you find that it's uncomfortable, or any other number of things. I'm trying to make it so it stays in place if you want it, but it can be removed if you don't. And you're up, and we have a mask. Hello, Dolly. And then whoever gets it can shape this part to their face. Slide that over their head, tie in the back, boom. And these open sides, you can slide in a piece of HEPA filter so that it would cover your breathing areas and provide a 3rd layer of protection.